episode of Cigars and Sea Stories, Mike and Sebastian sit down with Mr. Justin Cayless, a fellow Marine. He's out of Jacksonville, Florida, and he's doing great things downrange in a number of different ways. Right now, working as a realtor in a transportation operation, but he does a variety of different things. He's an entrepreneur, he's a go-getter, and frankly, a fucking hustler. So, welcome, Mr. Justin Cayless.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, dude. I love looking at your LinkedIn because I'm like, okay, Marine, NCO, yeah, rockin', gotcha, technician, got the background, technical, realtor, hustler, cool, operations, yep. And you're also doing this kick-ass stuff, Warrior Salve, which I use and tell folks about routinely. So, where is this all coming from, man? Like, where... When did you join the Corps? Straight out of high school?
No. I'd actually gone to college previously and got a degree in communications before joining the Marine Corps. So,
cool.
Kind of a different way into it, I guess.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What made you want to enlist?
Well, originally I had signed up under my uncle's advice, going Air Force as an officer, and probably 2 days before I was ready to sign on the dotted line, my roommate basically came up with an idea to join the Marine Corps infantry. So, in a drunken stupor, we decided to call it a deal and go that route.
Yes.
Usually how it goes down.
Yep, that's pretty much exactly how it worked.
I have tattoos like that.
I think we all do.
Right? Fuck yes. That's awesome. Okay, so then you were like, I totally don't regret this at all.
Yeah, you know, it's live and learn. Live and learn. Good times.
Right. So were you East Coast?
Yeah, I started out on the West Coast. I'm originally from La Mesa, Texas. So started out West Coast. Then obviously after I was in 0351 after SOI, got selected for good old security forces there, and got shipped to middle of nowhere, Kings Bay, Georgia, and it's kind of how that went.
Right. Right on, dude. Security forces, good stuff. Did you enjoy that pathway? What were you doing?
Kings Bay was kind of an eclectic job, I guess. I don't know how else to describe it.
It was a shithole.
Yeah, but I ended up being a martial arts instructor for the base, and then got to go to a bunch of random schools with it, like inland boat operator course, and different, just random things. A lot of Navy influence there, obviously. So spent most of my time actually training. I was I guess a Lance Corporal NCO is the best way to describe it. But basically got to put on the 03 skates and just kind of go from school to school, man.
Nice. Okay. That's unique, dude. That's different than what your typical Marine in the fleet goes through. Did you go to the Fleet Marine Force?
Yeah. Well, that was a fun story itself. So in Kings Bay, I obviously went through all my martial arts instructor training, every level. Got to the black belt level, tore my pectoral muscle.
Oh.
Good old corpsman, Motrin and ice, call it a day. And anyways, I'd pretty much finished up my 2 years at Kings Bay, and had orders to go to 1-2. So headed up, good old Camp Lejeune there. Got sent up there, and during my screening process, they discovered in my medical records that I had a torn pectoral muscle, so they wanted to get that checked out. So I was in kind of like purgatory for 1-2, I guess, for a while. And yeah, that was fun. I almost got shot. Yeah, it was good times. Good times.
Shitty, dude.
Hiding a medical condition was frowned upon very highly.
Right.
So that was interesting. I ended up being sent to 2nd Marine Regiment as a martial arts instructor, and got to deal with all that fun stuff. And Went to advanced breachers course while I was apparently unable to do anything else due to medical. So didn't really make sense, but whatever.
Was that in Quantico?
Yeah, no, I went back out to California for my advanced breacher course. So I went up to Quantico. I did security force training there and everything else, but they had sent me back out to California for the advanced breacher stuff.
Huh, that's interesting.
Good times. Good times.
Yeah, dude. No, definitely.
So do you ever get
blowing doors open? What's that, Justin?
Do you ever get to 1-2?
No, man. I was supposed to go with 1-2. They that's actually kind of why I went to the course. They basically deployed within the time frame. I thought I was going to get to go. Everything looked good. We were all packed up, ready to rock and roll. You know, hang out with all the boys that got transferred up from Kings Bay, and got yanked out right before I got to do anything really. Came back. They wanted to charge me with fraudulent. I don't even remember what the terminology was, but basically trying to say that because I wasn't up front with them about my medical condition, that they were going to charge me, NJP me, blah blah blah. So yeah, we went down that whole route. I got sent. That's when I got sent to 2nd Marine headquarters, and then that was the real hellhole.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What the shit is that about?
Yeah, it was good times, man. Good times.
I'm sorry
Who
to hear
knew that would happen in the infantry, where they're just like, fuck it, he's a body.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of between first sergeant and everybody else. We thought it would work out, and we kept kind of name was in the lot. We were ready to rock and roll, and we had several of the Navy medical guys sign off on some stuff, and we thought we were clear. But whenever it came back from I guess the actual hospital itself, whatever lieutenant commander signed off on it, they denied it and signed my death warrant in that aspect. So it was a done deal after that. Then it was lots of appointments and trying to get fixed, and that's a downhill spiral.
Right?
So, good times, though.
What a fucking nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
God damn. So you got out, what do you do now?
Well, I got out then. Right after I got out, I went back to school for my international business degree at UNF. I picked up my real estate license, started selling real estate on the side. Got a job with UTC Aerospace, building different parts for submarines and stuff, working with the good old Navy, and did that.
Gotta love those squids, man.
Oh, you gotta love them, bubble heads and all. But did that for a little bit, and realized, I kind of wasn't really working for me. You always work for somebody else. There's limitations placed on where you can go, what you can do. And so I kind of focused more on the real estate side of the house. And I still currently sell real estate up here in Amelia Island. So it's kind of been the main thing for, I guess, the past 4 years. And then also got into a management role with another buddy from actually 1-5 that was in Kings Bay as well. But I started doing a management role up at JTA. So do the real estate, and then decided to go ahead and launch this other stuff on the side, and it's built itself quite substantially. So momentum started rolling with it, and just ride it, man.
Right. Very cool. Digging it. Digging the shit out of it. So you're doing this, how do I put it? Well, it's a salve.
Right. Yeah, the best way to describe it would be all natural skincare products. I mean, that's Salve, Sav, Sab.
Right.
I mean, it's got many names. Where's many names?
It smells like, how do I do this without copyright infringement? It smells like that chapstick that everybody knows with that guy who's got a beard and a boonie cap on. It smells like that one.
Smells minty fresh.
Yeah. Right, exactly. With it's like honey and mint and all sorts of cool stuff, but it's manly.
Very much so.
And I like it because I get this weird shit. My old vehicle commander used to make fun of me for it. like my hands would peel, you know,
Yeah.
the changing of the seasons and stuff like that.
Eczema.
Whether it's dry or moist in the air or whatever, but my hands would peel, and so I keep
Leprosy.
that stuff now in my bag wherever I go. Just rub a little bit on, you know, and a little dab will do you with that stuff.
Good stuff, man. All natural. Way to go. We grew up. The actual recipe's old. It's my great grandma's Crow Indian recipe, so it's an old family Indian recipe. But man, we grew up. Anything that happened, we were told, put some salve on it. Didn't matter. So, well, it's funny how I guess everything goes around full circle. Now, I have a 6-year-old son now, and it's the same thing. Anytime he gets a scrape or whatever, hey, throw some salve on it, man.
Right.
Nice. Passing it down the generations.
There you go, man. Keep it in the family.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, because you carried this stuff on deployment, didn't you?
Well, I was never really deployed, but yeah, I carried it, everywhere we went. I always had it in my flak with me and stuff. I actually had several buddies that carried it on deployment with them, and I mean, it's something that's been pretty useful. I can't honestly say it's a first aid ointment, but it was used in that sense for quite a while by several different people. So it's definitely started to build a name for itself, and people find their own uses for it, which has been pretty neat. So it's very interesting.
Nice. That's cool. See, that's what's nice about, like, now you're out. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are you using any of the same stuff that you were using, let's say, for instance, template-wise in the Marine Corps?
Yeah. To an extent. I mean, there's certain things that you kind of go back and forth with, and you see time and time again, and anything you do really. But a lot of I would say a lot of the Marine Corps teaches, I guess going back, Marines in general, especially the entrepreneur type Marine, is a very determined personality, and you learn to persevere through a lot of, honestly, just straight up shitty situations. And I guess one thing with me, especially with this, is no matter what the drawback has been, or your setback, I guess would be a better word. Just kind of that persistence, that same moving forward. As far as templates go and everything else, I mean, this business plan has been pretty fluid. It started out as like a small. Well, I mean, first off, it started out as just a sample, and then kind of started off to the business plan adapted over to, in a sense, I guess you could still say it would be a 5-paragraph order, but even more so scaled to a farmer's market, local, very small community type thing, and then it, obviously it built up more than that, and it's one of those things, as with most business plans, it's kind of fluid, and that being able to adapt constantly is another trait, that kind of comes Marine Corps experience as well.
Did you say that it's a 5-paragraph order?
Yeah, well, originally it was. Originally that's the way I wrote it up. So.
That's awesome. Did
Yeah.
you know that I do the 5-paragraph business plan?
Yeah, actually, Micah, whenever he first mentioned your name a while back, whenever, we were kind of talking about, where we want to go with everything and stuff, and it was funny because he sent me over something, and it was basically just a brief explanation about, 5-paragraph order, and I kind of laughed about it, and I sent him my stuff, and I'm like, well, this is basically where I'm at and where I adopted it from, so it was interesting, but I mean, it's really good, in the 5-paragraph order, you have a lot of redundancy with it, to be honest, which is good. But as far as, knocking it out and making sure that you cover every angle, or as much as you can, I mean, it's great. Set up, where you're going to go and how you're going to do it. I mean, it's a good way to handle the task.
Yeah.
It does seem to cover a lot of bases. I mean, you can step outside the wire with that good, 80% after that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's great. And I mean, the one that I think the one that you do is even more detailed than what I did. And I mean, even with mine though, you know, you cover the same tracks over and over, and it really beats it down to a solid path, which, you know, bringing that focus to a business plan can really help, especially whenever you're in the planning stage of a business. I mean,
Right.
whenever you're starting from scratch and you're trying to figure out, you know, a vision, you know, you're fine. Whenever you're trying to figure out a vision for where you want to go, I mean, redundancy, you know, as boring or, you know, annoying as it may seem, is huge, you know, to make sure you have it stamped out right. But
Well, and it's also one of those where how do I put it? Redundancy, yes. It's here's the 30,000-foot view. Here's what the formation's gonna look like. Here's what the squad's gonna look like. Here's what your fire team's gonna look like. Here's your task organization. Here's your gear set. Here's this battle drill. Here's that. So, you know, it's redundant in the sense of it zooms in.
Right, and it brings a lot more attention and focus to the small aspects of the business. I mean, anybody can say, hey, I want to start a business, I want to do this. But, it breaks it down to how exactly you're going to get about that. So, I mean, it's a huge, it plays a huge role in developing the business and the idea of the business and kind of bringing it to light so that you can launch forward, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's a great, you know, transitional tool, I guess you could say, brought over from the good old USMC.
I love it.
But yeah, I mean, it's so many, and it's been really neat actually being out and meeting, especially 03 vets. I mean, you meet all sorts of people, you know, everybody was this, everybody was that. But, I mean, even here locally, I think that as 03s, we all kind of stick together. And I've got another guy that I've spoke to several times who's also an entrepreneur. But it's that same mentality, you know, attack, overcome, and move forward. And it's been pretty helpful as far as bouncing ideas off each other and stuff, and having somebody, even though you don't know them, you have instant rapport with them. So that's been phenomenal as well.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah,
a
that
better
does
space
help.
for you.
Oh yeah, huge.
Just, are you there?
Yeah, can you guys hear me? I've been saying stuff.
I just love giving him shit every once in a while. Just, yeah, I'm here. Because he's got that, dude, I can picture the headset, because the last time I saw it, the boom microphone that's on it, that should be in front of his face, was not in front of his face. It was dangling by, like, a cord. And it was hanging off. It was hanging off his earmuffs. Yep. That shit's funny. See, every once in a while, you gotta paint the picture, you know, for the listening audience.
You gotta throw it out there. As a for instance.
He's
So-
like, fuck you.
What
What's
now?
up?
Any expansion plans? Any plans to roll out some craziness?
Yeah, we actually, so one of our big things, you know, we've been working, I don't know if I can really release too much. Obviously, it's the big thing that we've been kind of talking about, but we've got a big corporate order that we're filling right now. So we've really been refocusing everything, kind of drawing everything in. We had several beard oils, beard balms. I did some custom stuff for some, like, barbershops. There's a better-known barbershop here in Jacksonville that I was kind of working with. So we kind of ventured out a lot and kind of tested the field on, you know, what will work here, what will work there. But with this big order, we decided it would be best, especially since, you know, Carlton and I kind of came together with this a couple months ago, and moving forward and kind of expanding. I mean, that was a big part of it.
Micah?
Micah, right.
You guys came together on it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So,
All right.
yeah.
Gotta love that.
Yeah,
Cool
so
shit, man.
us coming together was kind of, you know, the moving forward aspect of it. Before that, obviously me working essentially 2 full-time jobs and then little side gigs here and there with a hustle. With him coming on board, it helped to really, you know,
That's cool.
give me that extra oomph to go forward.
Hell yes, dude.
So, yeah, definitely.
Fuck yes. Couple of brothers getting together in business. You gotta love it.
There we go, man.
Hell yes, dude. That is fantastic. Ah,
You can get a lot of shit done. It's like force multiplier. It's not.
Oh, 100%, man. It's been good. I mean, you know, he brings a whole different background to things. Everybody has their own personality and their own objectives and goals and, you know, aspirations. So it's been a collision course of greatness. You know, without him, the huge corporate order thing probably wouldn't have worked out as soon as it did. He was able to kind of bring his perspective on it and spin it his way, as well as, you know, kind of free me up so that I can actually focus on, you know, the product itself and, you know, maintaining the quality and suppliers and all the logistics that go behind it.
Nice.
Yeah, man, it's in the near future. Once we launch this, we've got a couple new things coming out. Expand a little bit, you know, test the market, see how it goes. We've got a kind of underground thing going on right now with like dogs. It's a pet paw type thing that we've been selling a lot at farmers markets as well. And there's a local dog breeder here who, I don't know, I guess he does really well at a lot of these major dog shows. I'm not too savvy on dog shows yet, so
right.
but,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna throw out some random names I don't know, but it's been good working with him. We've kind of got a good idea of you know what everybody's looking for in that as well. So that'll probably be one of the major expansions coming out soon after the release of this with our corporate customer. So, yeah, man, we're looking at moving forward. We want to maintain focus and quality of course. We don't want to release stuff out there that's, you know, haphazard. You know, we're doing all natural products, so sometimes finding an all natural solution to something takes a little more research and you know, market analysis, feedback, stuff like that. So, it's definitely been a process, and we're fortunate to be moving forward with it.
well, good. That is awesome.
You know, keep it one step at a time. I mean, don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah, well,
You know?
and that's kind of the whole idea behind drawing back from all the beard balm and beard oil and everything else, pomade, everything else that we were doing, is to kind of reconsolidate and, you know, look at bringing everything in, focus on the main product, you know, kind of what built this business to begin with, and relaunch from there. But take it in steps, not these huge strides. I mean, I was kind of dabbling in everything just to see, you know, where there was a market for what, and if I was capable of even doing it. I mean, it's kind of a challenge as well. You know, somebody says, hey, you know, you should do this. Can you do that? And, you know, obviously me being me and hard-headed as I am, I'm like, yeah, I can do that, sure. And then you realize,
Oh, cool.
this was a lot more difficult than I realized. But it's been interesting, and it's a, you know, a lot of good knowledge to throw in the toolbox moving forward.
Every
Right.
day is that new lesson you get to learn.
What's that?
Every day is a new lesson you get to learn.
Oh yeah, lots of lessons.
Well, and that's it too, is that's the journey in general. You know, it's just lesson learned. Okay, I'm not going to get fucked on the next go around.
Right, and that's business in general. It doesn't matter, you know, what type of business. Real estate's the same way. Management, honestly, even though it's not, you know, I wouldn't call management as much of an entrepreneur type business. But regardless, I mean, it's all lessons learned. Like, okay, that definitely was not the right thing to do. Let's try not to do that again.
Right.
Yeah, business is fluid, man.
Right. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. It's easier when you got a solid team around you that can help push. You know, when the going gets tough, so to speak. But when you're a founder, you know, because that's one of the biggest things that I've noticed is when you're a founder, you're 1 out of 8, maybe,
Right.
of even what would be considered the founding members.
Right.
And I don't think that it's more difficult. I think it's more taxing and heavy on the human being because you've got this vision and you're like, fuck, man, all that I want to do is just articulate this so that we can kind of see whether or not it fits. And then if it doesn't, I can cook up another idea or something like that.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
I think that having that visionary sense is key, especially in these types of fields. I mean, if you would have told me 10 years ago that I would be making an all-natural skincare product and, essentially my great-grandmother's old Crow Indian recipe, I probably would have laughed at you. I'm like, yeah, that'll never work. But I mean, it's all experiences and having the vision and taking the right road with that vision. I mean, I'm probably one of those guys that has like a new idea like every 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, this would be really cool. And then obviously, Google like everybody else. And I'm like, oh, that's not as good. The overhead is way too high on that, or the profit margin is not what I thought it would be. But I mean, that's kind of part of it with all this.
Yeah. Well, it helps that you have a kick-ass product, so.
Right. And honestly, I mean, that's like you were saying, as far as, being the founder, it's taxing, everything else. You take personal pride in what you do. You want to deliver a quality product to, the mindful and educated consumer. Now we're at a time now where everything's easily accessible via Google. Anybody can Google whatever product is in your product or your product in general, and reviews and everything, SEOs and everything else that go along with it. And, you want to be able to put out a quality product to these people and something that'll sell itself. It's like the old saying, if you have a good product, you don't really need marketing. You kind of hope that's true, even though you still need the marketing to get it out there.
Right. Right.
Yeah, man, it's a good feeling knowing that you're actually putting a quality product out there, especially when you start getting the feedback. We released a product essentially as a skincare product, multi-purpose use. But you have people calling in or sending in emails, saying that it helped clear up eczema or rash, or, they use it on cuts or mosquito bites, or, their dog had some fungus.
Dude,
put it on there and cleared it up.
That stuff works like magic on diaper rash.
There you go.
So.
And he's talking the adult diapers, because he doesn't take breaks. He sits at his fucking desk.
Dude, do you think that I'm going to miss a single second of the Detroit Red Wings in the playoffs? Absolutely not. Trust depends. Oh, shit. Dude, I'm telling you that stuff on diaper rash is freaking awesome, man. Because my kid gets serious diaper rash.
It's good, man. That's good.
He hauls ass around outside, you know what I'm saying? And so he comes back in and that shit's bleeding. You're like, oh, dude, what? And I mean, the kid's screaming, rightfully so. I slap some of that stuff on there. I'm like, oh, snap. I just got to figure out how not to make my fingers stink like chili ring.
Yeah, that's actually part of the expansion as well. We're working with a few samples right now. We've got, kind of the chapstick type applicator, but I guess a medium deodorant applicator essentially would be the best way to describe it. Making it hands-free, more convenient, travel friendly, versus the can that we have out right now. So we're definitely working on getting it to be a more user-friendly product.
Wait a minute. So this is like a big chapstick that I could just like wipe on and that I don't need to touch my kid's butt.
That's it. Wipe on all day. Send him on his way.
Yes. Oh, that's going in the diaper bag. My fingers, I don't need to stink palm strangers when I'm traveling with my child. Hello, my name's Mike. My middle finger smells like my kid's butthole and diaper cream. Here you go. Awesome. Dude, that's cool.
This is the only show where you could get away with saying that and not be hauled off.
Right. Right, exactly. Dude, I'm telling you, your fingers smell like a butthole and butt cream for like the next hour and a half. They're walking around. You're like, I can't shake people's hands. Like, I need to start doing this with my toes so that I can, engage with the world and like eat a sandwich afterwards. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So now, okay. So now it's like, it's just a big ass chapstick that I can put on my kid's ass.
That's it. Big chapstick. Carry it around. Use it when you need it.
That's awesome. Fuck yeah. All right. That is just badass. We gotta have you and Micah on.
Oh, yeah.
On another episode. That needs to freaking happen.
We can do it.
Yeah. Yep. That's happening. What do you call it? What's your company?
What's that?
What's your company?
We are Crows Warrior Salve.
Crows Warrior Salve. There you go.
That's it.
Nice. And I mean, I've got a can of the older marketing, so I wanted to know what you guys wound up going with. So it's Crows Warrior Salve. That's cool, man.
Right, yeah, it's Crows Warrior Salve. I believe you probably have the stuff that I was using before, the name I was under previously, which is the Mrs. Crow's Wonder Sav.
Yeah.
So same exact product, just rebranded. You know, a little bit more manly approach to it. Kind of trying to get away from the female-dominated demographics a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, it's Crows Warrior Salve now. New logo. We adopted the skull Indian head on our new logo, so that'll be our primary. But
nice.
Yeah, a little reshaping, refocusing.
Yeah, dude, legitimately. So it got a little bit chilly around here, but I was running some gun drills, and I, no joke, just got done using some of this stuff, and noticed an extreme difference in my grip and manipulations. As far as like dexterity, which was really cool. I actually didn't know, like, you could do that with stuff that you put on your hands. So yeah. I've used bag balm before or Cornhuskers lotion.
Right.
And this is kind of what I equated to. I'm like, people are like, dude, that's like shoe polish for your hands. And I'm like, yeah, but like smell it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, but it smells really good. So. Yeah.
We have a little bit. We have two different formulas that we worked with. We worked with a bunch of. Well, previously we worked with some shooters out on the West Coast. Wanted something with a little more grip, so we've got an extreme grip compound, which has basically more pine resin in it. It leaves once the oil, the base of it flashes off. It leaves you with kind of a tacky grip. It's had a lot of success in the CrossFit markets, the shooter markets, rock climbing, extreme sports, stuff like that. We've had a lot of people asking for it specifically. So,
I'm gonna get some kettlebell going with that. I want to get some just lifting in general. I'm a big fan. Jocelyn remembers this. I take those 45 plates and I like steering the bus out in front of me.
Oh,
you know what I mean? To work this.
Grabbing the bus.
There you go.
Fuel bus.
Climb glass buildings and shit.
It was one time. God damn. They give you a whole section of fucking cougars and tell you to drive them around the streets of her body and expect you not to hit shit. They're like 8-ton automobiles. You know, or well, I shouldn't say automobiles, but they're 8-ton vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
Motherfuckers. There's like 8 wheels on. It's just, they're big ass trucks, man. Anyhow, yeah, dude. I'll keep showing guys this stuff. You know, I usually just keep it for myself. Don't worry, still use lotion. In all of those wonderful ways, the way that I always have before. I mean, you know, just still there. Just don't use it on my hands. Well, I guess I do, one at a time.
There you go.
Well, don't use the grip lotion. You're gonna start.
Yeah.
Do not do that.
Rubbing skin.
Yeah, I probably
straight off.
May need to put a disclaimer on that one.
Yeah, this is not for that. And for Schmuckatelli in the back, do not jerk your dick with Warrior Sav. You will hurt yourself. Don't, fuck. There's a bet being made in the fleet right now. Why did I even open my mouth? Like, there are jars who are like,
first to get a callus.
Exactly. There's that one guy in the platoon who will put anything. He'll put biofreeze on his nuts.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Oh damn, that was me. Ah shit. Ah damn it. Never did it with LSAT though. There you go. Jocelyn, we should have asked Bishop.
If he did it with LSAT,
There you go.
he probably did. I mean, he had to have. Look at him.
Probably. Every machine gunner goes through that phase. Oh. Oh, God. That is some good fucking agua. My Lord. Hey, share with our listening audience where we can actually buy this stuff. Because do you sell it online?
We do. We're currently kind of revamping all that, but it's still available at crowssav.com. So it is online. The name will be changing shortly. Like I said, we're going through the name change right now. We got everything finalized, so that's in the process of converting over. But it is still available at misscrowssav.com.
Nice. Well, even more reason why we got to have you and Micah on here together, slinging this stuff, is let me test it for a little while longer on the kids' hiney and on the hands. I've been testing it for a couple of weeks here. I didn't know about all these most recent developments. This is exciting, dude. This is cool. We gotta have you guys back on here so that we can see the unveiling, so to speak. And with all of this corporate and stuff, I can't wait to talk offline. This is freaking nuts. So, yeah, dude. Kick ass.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, man.
Good job. Good job, Marine. Good job, you fucking grunt. Hey, look at that. You grunt. They call you stupid. Like, oh, we're just dumb grunts. Yeah, watch this shit. That's what's up. Dude, that's awesome. Well, cool, man. Keep hustling. You got any other sidecars in the work? You know, any other side businesses that you're looking to start up at all? Or are you just staying focused, laser focused?
Right now, we're primarily focused on this. We've got some other things we're bouncing around a little bit, kind of checking into. We began a nonprofit out here, American Coalition Project, working with some homeless veterans and everything. You know, if you've been around Jacksonville, Florida, you've obviously seen homeless veterans out here. It's epidemic proportions, but trying to work with some of that, get these guys off the street, and get some guys functioning back in society. And then we've got some other for-profit stuff we're working on, but trying to hammer this one down, lock on some big stuff with this one, make sure all the logistics are good, and then on to the next one, man.
Nice. Yeah, dude. If you've got a for-profit and a non-profit, look at going social venture.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, dude. You can link those two together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, take a look at that. Your CPL know how to do that. A lot of companies are actually making, oh, God. Oh, I should know this. It's like 2.8 or like 3% or something like that greater than their industry standard just because they switched over. And
right.
Then they maintain, it's called the 4-1s. But you gotta, I don't know if you're already well versed in it or not. But I heard Aaron Houghton speak about it at a Bunker Brain Trust. That was cool. So he's the founder of Eye Contact.
Yeah.
So, and Eye Contact turned itself into a social venture later on through its lifespan, on purpose prior to, and set itself up for an initial public offering before being bought out, which were two very wise decisions that he hinted to in his talk. So we gotta bring more people into the Bunker Brain Trust so that they can get this knowledge. Because, I mean, Jesus, dude, when else would I have access to the founder of Eye Contact? My God, that would never happen. And the guy's a really good dude. like, thank you for not being a prick. You know what I mean?
All right, few and far, man, few and far.
But that's what's cool. So, anyway, yeah, you guys should check out Bunker Labs over in Jacksonville. Huge shout out to Derek at Next Gen Justice. Those guys are doing our taxes during this cycle. So, yeah,
Very nice.
you guys got to get over there. He's really good people. Their team in general is awesome, and they might be just what you need in this phase of transition, dude.
Yeah, we've definitely we reached out to them. We're trying to set we're kind of off and on right now, but trying to set a solid date with them to sit down and just kind of meet and greet, get to know each other, and see what we can offer each other, and start there. So we're hoping to have a sit down face to face in the next week or two with them. So good things happening, man.
There you go. Hell yes.
That's what it's all about, man.
Well, cool. Right on, man. We got to have you guys back on here.
Definitely, man.
Right on. Listeners, if you haven't already done so, check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Player FM. Click subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. Give us your thoughts, comments, concerns. We love hearing from people who like the show, support veterans, or just folks who think we suck. So, but tell us how we can do better and stuff. Also, thanks to our sponsors who are out there. If you're a veteran and you've got a business and you want to get a featured membership at veteranslist.us, it's 50% off. 50% off, 50. So it's half price when you use discount code Cigars and Sea. Counter-Strike Coffee's on there. You as a consumer can purchase Counter-Strike Coffee 10% off with discount code Cigars and Sea. And again, if you're a veteran-led business and you want to do a credit card transaction, get at us with First Data. We're the affiliate guys over there, and we'd love to hook you up. They've got veteran business plans, and I've seen rates extremely low, like 1.5, 1.2. It's crazy. So it's all based upon revenue, ticket, all sorts of different stuff. So anyway, man, it's good stuff. Justin.
Hey, I'm here.
Kick ass, dude. You're doing great things.
Hey, man, we appreciate you having us on.
Hell yes. This is fantastic. Jocelyn, you got any more for Justin? Jocelyn, for Justin?
Dig the first name, man.
Fuck. Cue the music.